Hey Abraham, what up? Here's a quick video on how to use the fancy camera. First things first, this is the on-off switch. When you want to take a picture, make sure to remove the lens cap. Be sure to keep that on the rest of the time to avoid scratches or anything. When you want to take a picture, make sure that this is set to A instead of M. This is the focus mode, so auto versus manual. In order to focus it, you'll press this silver button down halfway and it will start trying to focus. For this lens, you have to be, I'd say, at least 4 feet away from the subject because this is a long distance lens. Otherwise, it'll just kind of try to focus endlessly. And if you take a picture, it won't actually take because it can't focus. And if you do want to try to manually focus it, you can set this to M and you can spin this ring here while looking through the viewfinder, try and get it to focus. I wouldn't recommend that though, because this picture looking through the viewfinder is so small, you can't hardly tell if it's out of focus. So I'd always keep it set to A and just make sure you're the right distance, far enough away from it. Next thing to know, since it's an old camera, there's no way of making like a live preview of the picture show up on this screen here. So you gotta use the viewfinder for everything. The only thing you can do with the screen is view the picture after you've taken it. If for whatever reason you do need to use flash, you can set it to P, click this button here, and should be able to flash if I point at something far enough away. Yeah. Other thing to note, if it's having trouble focusing, you can change the, focus selection mode. The way you do that is you click this question mark button here and use these up and down arrows to select this spot right here. There's 3 options. This one here is closest subject. So if you've got multiple things in the photo, you can probably just leave it set to this one here. If you have something where there's multiple subjects in the photo that are at different depths and you need to focus on one of them specifically, then you can change it. Oops. To this option, and that makes it so that there's 3 different like spots within the viewfinder, and when you go to focus, you hold down on this and one of them actually lights up red. That indicates which one it's trying to focus on. Most of that you probably shouldn't have to worry about. I would just keep it set to this one, closest subject. Next thing to note is when you're ready to put this back into the case, make sure it's as short as possible. So for example, if it was like this, you just want to make sure it's set to manual, and then you can suck the lens back in and also make sure that this ring is set so it's as short as possible. This is the long distance lens. So if you need to take a close-up, I'd recommend using this other lens. In order to change lenses, you'll want to press this button in here and spin it. And in order to put a new lens on, you'll take off both the lens caps. Locate this white dot on the lens and line it up with this white dot on the camera. Put them together and then spin till you hear a click. Same deal, auto and manual. Pretty much always want to keep it on auto. This is vibration reduction. You pretty much always want to keep that turned on. Yeah, not much else you'd have to know about. When you take a picture, which I'll do one here. It will show up for a few seconds as soon as you first take the picture, but then once it goes away, if you need to view the photos later, you can just click on this play button, and then if you need to see other pictures, you can use the arrow buttons to move through, or you can press this to see more pictures at once. If the battery dies on you, the way you remove the battery is move this away and dump it out. This is the battery. It usually lasts a few hours, so I think you'll be fine. Charger is in here. Just plug it in, slide it in this way. I don't think you'll have to use it though. Next thing is the micro SD card. Micro SD card or regular SD card goes in the camera here. I've got a 4 GB one in there for you already. To get it out, you want to press down on this and it pops out. And yeah, you can use this with the laptop that I'll be loaning you, which is this one. Power button is right here on the side. It should auto log in. There's no password. If it does give you a sign in button, just press enter. To view your pictures, you can put them in this slot here. Go to the File Explorer and click on Nikon D60, and they'll be somewhere in this folder. Great. Next thing to talk about is the tripod. Main thing is don't drop the camera. I'll show you how to attach the camera. The camera already has the tripod attachment on it. You just stick it in like this and then move this little arm out of the way so it goes down. Make sure that the arm is fully closed so the camera is fully locked. If any of the axes on the camera or on the tripod are tight, you can use the spinners like this one to make it tighter or looser. Same as this one, it's for this direction. This one is for the side to side. Tripod extends this way. A lot. And it's got 3 levels of legs, so it can get pretty tall. That's the full height of the tripod, so should be plenty tall. Other than that, the last thing you need to know is how to store the camera. When you're putting it back in the bag, make sure to make the lens as short as possible. So first do the zoom so it gets to the shortest point, and then the focus, so you change it to manual, and yeah, just spin that so it's as short as possible. As always, don't forget to put the lens cap on it when not in use, for the front and as well as the back for whichever one is not attached to the camera. The little lens goes in the little compartment. And make this one short, make this one short, and then it should all fit in the bag. Have fun.